Hey, what's up, guys? Growin The Hobby coming back to you guys with another story. I guess a trade story slash break. I've done, I think, 3 of these to this point. We're going to do the 4th one here today. I don't have any future ones planned out just yet, but I kind of just play this as it goes. So as I do trades or have different experiences in the hobby here, I share these videos with you and tell you guys these kind of little stories and stuff as we go. And what I've been doing on the last couple of videos is at least breaking something so you guys don't just see, basically this and nothing else the entire video. So today we're going to tell a little story here about a recent trade, a little bit of aggravation, stuff like that, but another one of my tales of the trading world, I guess. And we're going to do a blaster box, a 2021 Metal Universe hockey here and stuff like that, which is a fun little rip and stuff. It's not going to be a long story, and I will cut to the chase, guys. So I'm going to kind of work almost reverse chronological order, at least give you the happy ending, because it does have a happy ending, I guess, in the end of this. So my 2 featured things, as you guys probably know by this point, the Juicy Fruit, the infamous kind of 4-pack Juicy Fruit here, where a guy tried to rip me off here a couple months ago and stuff like that. I'll link that video for you guys at the end of this, or stuff like that if you haven't checked that out. That's kind of what launched all these, I guess, series of 4 videos now, with this being the 4th one. But yeah, a guy tried to rip me off there and stuff instead of the Mike Trout card, so I just threw that up there as one of the cards. And this is the card that we're going to talk about today in question. So as you see, it does have a happy ending, because this is the card that I traded for, and indeed, I received it. But it was not without some aggravation and a little bit of frustration, and definitely worry on my end. But yeah, there it is, guys. I finally got myself a PSA 10 Grade 8 Alexander Ovechkin rookie card there to go with my PSA 9 on-card autograph, which is like a pop 3 or something like that, of my Ovechkin Young Guns rookie, which I really should have thrown that up here with it. And, one of the future hockey videos, I'll have to throw those two side by side. But, yeah, I've been wanting to get one of these PSA 10s, so did get that. And, yeah, guys, so let's get into busting open this box here and talking about the trade. So the trade happened like this, guys. It was through Instagram again. And, I told you guys I've had good and bad experiences on there. Check out my other videos, like I said, where we talk about some of the goods and the bads and stuff like that. But, this guy that, I can't remember exactly how it went. I think I actually approached him because he was one of the guys on my radar and stuff like that. His page looked pretty good. He had a lot of feedback, and I mean a lot. He was by far looked to be the most reliable trader that I had, was going to be trading with and stuff like that, at least in recent times. And there's the odds for anybody. But, he had something like 7,000 followers, just really high, numbers and stuff like that. He had a lot of posts on there. I mean, everything looked really, really good and legit and stuff like that. And on his eBay page, actually, too, he had, over 1,000 feedback and stuff like that. And, it wasn't 100%, but it was, it was high 90s and stuff like that. So everything looked good. So I'm like, you know what? I'll see if I can maybe trade with this guy and stuff like that. So anyway, I reached out to him on Instagram and stuff like that, see if he'd be interested, and because his Instagram says that, he's into trading and all that stuff like that. He's a hobbyist, much like myself and a lot of you guys, I'm sure are. So anyway, I reached out and I said, hey, that Ovechkin, the PSA 10 there, that's one of the cards on my radar, because there's about 10 cards on my radar that I'm looking for, and that was definitely one of them. And so I'm like, is that tradable? And he's like, yeah, I'm looking to get, whatever. I think at the time it was like 7,500 or something in trade value or something like that. I can't remember, based on recent comps and stuff like that. And, he's fairly spot on with that and stuff. And we went back and forth and back and forth. And I will tell you guys this. I mean, I'm not going to list out the entire trade, but I will tell you guys this. I had to put in, it was tough for me, and all the Pens fans, feel my pain. But for me, I think it was worth it. You guys know I had 2 PSA 10 Sid the Kid Young Guns, and I traded one of those as part of the trade for this. I did keep the other, and I have zero intention of ever letting that other one go. But, that's the only reason, since I had doubles, I was willing to let that go. But anyway, that was part of the trade stuff. So obviously it's high-value cards and stuff like that. And I will tell you guys there was some cash involved as well, over $1,000 for sure. Matter of fact, I don't even mind telling you guys it was $2,000 in cash, along with some other cards. So, that being said, the way that this was going to go, me and him had done a back and forth and stuff like that quite a few times. We got a nice little blue Brady Tkachuk right there. But the way that it went, basically by his doing and stuff like that, because I said, how you want to do it and stuff like that. So we did the cash thing I've told you guys on here. I like to include cash in my trade sometimes with people I've never dealt with. Reason being is that it's kind of like a contract. I'm not saying you can't get ripped off, because you absolutely can, and it's happened for sure, not just to me. But what I like to do is I kind of like to use like a PayPal invoice or something like that, where you map out the trade. It's all listed out there in print, and there's money being exchanged in the whole 9 yards and stuff like that. So just kind of like a backup thing to try to make it safer for both parties. So I'm always happy to do cash for people I don't know and stuff like that. So anyway, he says, how are we going to do this and stuff like that? And he wanted me to make a friends and family payment. I said, I'm not doing that. I don't know you. It's going to be a goods and services payment through PayPal. So sorry, you're going to have to eat that. What the heck is it? It's 3%. So on $2,000, I mean, what are we talking here? $60 or something like that. I'm like, you're going to have to eat it, buddy. I don't know what to tell you, because I'm not paying you friends and family. We have no guarantee. So, we went back and forth. He finally agreed, okay, I'll do, that route and stuff like that. And then he says, what I'd like to do is let's overnight the cards to each other. Are you cool with overnighting the cards, and stuff like that? I made the payment to him right then and there. And then he's like, can we just overnight this? And how about that? That's a nice little card, guys. Not to interrupt the story, we'll get right back to it, but that's the first time I've pulled this card this year. I pulled a lot of net deposits, but not Growin the Thrill. That's a nice looking rookie card right there of Growin the Thrill. Heck yeah, nice one. And a Jack Eichel retro right behind there. That's very nice. But yeah, guys, anyway, so he says, am I cool with doing the overnight and stuff like that? And I said, yes, I can do that, whatever. I don't see why exactly we need to do overnight and spend the fortune on shipping, but, that's fine. I'll do it. So this is on a Friday. So I get a hold of him Friday afternoon. I'm like, I'm able to ship today. Are you able to ship today? Because I think the trade went down Thursday, and then Friday we were going to ship. He says, yes, I can ship today. I said, okay, I will ship. And I just wanted you to confirm that you were going to ship today too with the overnight and stuff like that, and I will get you tracking and stuff. So afternoon goes, I spend like the $30 on the overnight shipping from the post office, send him the tracking number and stuff like that, and I'm like, do you have my tracking? Please send it over when you can. He sends me a tracking number, okay? So, I want to give it a little bit of time for the tracking to get in the system and stuff like that. So the next morning I check on, he actually sent his UPS, not USPS like I'd sent his. So I get on the thing for UPS, and I check the tracking number, and it just says the number's created, but it's not, the package. They don't even have the package. And I'm like, what the heck is going on here? So I send the guy a message. I sent him a couple messages saying, hey, again, this is on Instagram. I said, hey, what's up with this package and stuff like that? Because this is what's shown. I sent him screenshots. Give him a couple hours. He doesn't reply. Send him another message. Nothing. And, I'm worried because my overnight package is guaranteed by the post office, at least what they told me, is to get to him by 6 p.m. So in the afternoon, I don't even remember what time this is. This is like 2, 3 o'clock. I try to even do like the video call thing on Instagram, because I'm like, what? I need to talk to this guy, because he's not, replying or anything like that. Like, what's going on here? He's going to have all my cards, and I'm going to be SOL, and, I don't want that to happen. I already had the bad taste in my mouth from a couple of these other recent trades, as you guys know. So I try to call him. He doesn't answer the phone. So I'm like, what the heck? What am I to do here and stuff? And I'm checking the tracking. Time's getting up there. And I'm like, shoot. I check UPS still at, say, 5 o'clock, and it is absolutely not. And there's, they do not have the package in hand or anything like that. And I'm like, God, this guy's going to get me. And so I actually first try to call his local post office to see if they could grab my package, because my package hadn't been delivered yet. It's still shown not delivered. So I call his local post office. Of course, this is a Saturday, though, at 5 p.m. They're closed. So that gets me nowhere. Then I'm like, you know what? I'll call USPS to see if there's anybody I could talk to. I actually called their 800 number, get customer service on the phone. The girl is incredibly helpful. I got nothing but nice things to say about, that girl, and for the most part, USPS in general, because I don't have many issues with them. So anyway, I talk to this girl on the phone. I tell her what's going on. I'm worried about being ripped off, for it's close to a $10,000 transaction stuff. I tell her my previous issues and all that stuff like that, and she tells me, you're eligible still, because it hasn't been delivered at this point, for what's called a package intercept. And I said, yeah, I know exactly what that is. I had to do that with, Mr. Juicy Fruit right there. And she says, do you want to do that and stuff? She's like, you can go file it on your own, all that stuff like that. And, this is like 5:30 already that we're talking. And she's like, it hasn't been delivered to him yet. And in all honesty, it's probably not going to get to him by 6. She's like, why don't you wait until like 6:01, file this package intercept at like 6:01, because you'll get refunded all of your money for the overnight shipping since they didn't get it to him by the guaranteed 6 o'clock. And I'm like, you know what? It's like 20 minutes away. I'll chance it. I didn't want to, but I was like, I'll chance it, So I wait till 6:01. I do a package intercept. All right, so Blake Wheeler, and we got a purple. That's going to be out of, I think, $199. Ooh, a nice one. Natty Mac. Let's show it. Is that $199 or $299? I can't remember off the top of my head. $199. How about that, guys? Close to jersey number 2, but I'll take that. 33 or $199. Nice little purple. Nice. But anyway, so I get on 6:01. He didn't have the package. I file the intercept and stuff like that. And, it cost me like $18 or something like that. But at least he doesn't have it. And, that's that. And so, how does this go, with the next thing? And I'll recap these cards here. So, this guy finally gets back to me the next day, Sunday afternoon. Sends me a message that he didn't drop his package off until late Friday night. It gets dropped off at a packing place or shipping place or whatever and stuff like that. So, that's why it's not in their system or something like that. So it's behind. And, he told me the reason he didn't have his phone and stuff is that he observed Sabbath and that, that's what's up with that. And I'm like, that's fine and stuff. I'm definitely not going to hold anything against you with your religion or anything like that, obviously, or your faith. But, I'm like, okay, let's see, because this is like actually late Sunday that he gets back to me. I'm like, let's just see what happens, because if he truly overnighted this to me, I should have my package tomorrow morning, and, I'm not going to screw the guy over. I'll just send him the thing right back. I'll tell him the whole thing that happened, and I'll send it right back to him. I have no intention of ripping him off. So next morning rolls around and stuff like that, and I get a notification from UPS that I have a package going to be delivered that day. And so I'm like, okay, he's a day behind, but that's all right. I'll take it. And I get ready to go message him, and he literally somehow beats me by like 30 seconds. Sends me this big long message telling me off, essentially telling me, I can't believe, what are you doing? You stopped my package and stuff. Are you trying to rip me off and blah, blah, blah. I said, no, I'm not trying to rip you off. But I said, here's my issues. And I told him what was what. I said, I don't think it was very right either that you insist that I send this overnight and you didn't actually overnight my cards to me so that we both have them at the same time the next day. Then I can't get a hold of you. You didn't tell me that, that you don't get on your phone and stuff like that. How am I to know these things? It's a big transaction. It's not like, a 10-cent card or something. And, we go back and forth, and he's telling me, I should trust people and stuff. And I said, that's easier said than done, from somebody you don't know and stuff like that and the experience I've had recently. So anyway, we go back and forth and stuff like that. And I tell him, what, I'd still like to do the deal. I think we're both maybe a little bit wrong or something like that. If you don't intend on screwing me over, I don't intend on screwing you over. So, if you want to do the deal again, let's do the deal. And I should also mention, he actually refunded my money on PayPal as well. So, he appeared to me that he wasn't trying to screw me over, and I guess it was just the sour taste in my mouth here with the no communications. He didn't give me a heads up, that he was not going to be able to communicate, as well as, not truly overnighting the package. He essentially 2-dayed it, with a day off also with Sunday, which I thought that was very unfair with, I'm spending like $30 and stuff like that to get this to him, and if that was the deal, I could have just done 2-day shipping, which is what he did with me. So anyway, we come to terms and stuff. We say, okay, let's do it. Let's have more communication or whatever. So, I had to wait till I get these cards back in the mail and stuff like that for my intercept. They came back like 4 days after, something like that, Wednesday or Thursday, something like that. And I told him, I said, I have them in hand. I'll mail them back. Are you ready to mail today? And he says, yes, I can mail today, da-da-da-da-da. And, it's the same thing, can we overnight this and stuff? And I said, what, I have a priority mail package here. Are you fine with, this? Because honestly, the guy's, so I'm in Pittsburgh, he's in New York City. And I'm like, the guy, it's close enough that even with priority mail or whatever, it's probably going to arrive the next day at the very least, 2 days. Cause I could drive to New York City. I've driven there many times and stuff from here. So I said, I'll ship it this way. Are you cool with that? And he's like, yes, that's fine. So I ship it that way. I repay him his $2,000 and stuff like that. And I ship that to him. And, this guy, again, it was falling apart and driving me nuts. A couple days go by, and I'm checking his tracking, and it's the same story. The tracking number's created, but they have nothing in hand. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? And again, like the next day goes by, and there's nothing. And we're up towards the weekend again. And he gets my card. Actually, I should tell you this. He complains when he apparently put my tracking number in. He's like, oh, this isn't due until Monday. And I'd shipped it to him, I think, on Friday or something like that. And he's like, it says it's not due till Monday. And I said, this is exactly what you agreed to. And he says, well, no, we were supposed to do overnight. And I said, no, look. And I sent him a screenshot. I said, this is exactly what you said to do. Like you're never happy. And he says, okay, or whatever. And it just kind of all's quiet, And I'm like, yours doesn't even have a number. And he's like, well, it's shipped. I said, okay. So I was so frustrated at this point. I was just like, I'm just going to let it go. So next day rolls around, Saturday. He sends me a message. Oh, thanks, buddy. Received the card today. All is good. Thank you very much. And I'm like, okay, I didn't receive anything yet. So what's up? And, I shipped it. You should have it any day. Well, needless to say, Tuesday. Fast forward ahead. Tuesday. Like what, 5 days later? 4 or 5 days later? I finally get this card in the mail. I was just disgusted. This guy's complaining about my shipping, and here he goes, sending it to me like 4 or 5 days later. It left a sour taste in my mouth. It really did. It made me want to shy away from trading for a while and stuff. But, the end result was a happy result that I actually got the card. And I'm not going to put his info out there or anything like that because he's not a scammer or anything like that. We actually, the trade worked out for both of us and stuff. But I don't know. The communication and kind of his like procedures and stuff like that definitely, rubbed me the wrong way. And I definitely don't like the way that it went down. But, like I said, I'm not going to bash the guy or put his info out there or anything like that. But, yeah, a little bit of a sour taste in my mouth, but at least a happy ending, guys. So, yeah, that's my, trade story for this one today. And if there's probably going to be more at some point. I hope they're not ones with rip-offs or anything like that. But I have no videos planned as of right now with any more of these stories, but I'm sure more will unfold as we go through time and I complete more trades or attempt to complete more trades because I'm trying to get some big cards here in the old PC and trade away a few cards. But yeah, guys, so, all I can tell you guys is safe trading. I hope you guys get anything out of these kind of videos and stuff where I talk about the trades or, things like that. And just once again, this was a trade that worked out in the end, but definitely left a sour taste in my mouth, as far as how it all went down. All right, guys, please do me a favor. Like, subscribe, share, click that bell notification button to be notified of future videos. Lots more of them coming to you guys. As always, in the description below, you can find my email address, mailing address, and Instagram handle. Other than that, have a great day, a great night wherever y'all are at, and we will see you next time.